What if I told you that the money in your account could simply disappear if you don't spend it in time? This isn't Black Mirror, it's the future many governments are already testing with CBDCs. Will your money have an expiration date? And are you going to stay out of this conversation? Wait. Before panic kicks in, get ready to unravel this mystery with me. If you want to understand the future of your money and how to protect yourself, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button so we can break the algorithm bubble, and share this with everyone who needs to hear it. Let's dive into this journey. What is CBDC? The foundation of your concern. Alright folks, to understand this whole story about money that expires, we first need to talk about a buzzing acronym in the news and behind the scenes of central banks, CBDC. Picture it like this: today, we have physical money, the bills and coins you carry in your wallet. Then there's digital money, the balance in your bank account, the one you see in your app, use for instant transfers, pay bills with. That digital money is just an electronic representation of the physical money sitting at the bank. CBDC is a step beyond. It would be the digital version of money issued directly by the central bank. It's like the central bank creating its own digital currency, with the same characteristics of the cash except in code format. But what's the difference, you might ask, if I already use instant transfers and banking apps? The big twist is CBDCs would be a direct liability of the central bank, not commercial banks. Which, in theory, means they'd be more secure and more efficient because they wouldn't need intermediaries to exist. Now let's get to the part that really matters and sparks this whole conversation about money expiring, the pros and cons of CBDCs. Because, like everything in life, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Imagine instant transfers on steroids. Faster transactions, lower costs, available 24/7, with no middlemen. That could massively reduce the cost of money flowing and even help include people who are currently outside the system. Lots of people don't have bank accounts, but they do have cell phones. A CBDC could be a powerful tool to bring these people into the financial system, letting them pay and get paid digitally. Since it's digital and issued by the central bank, it's way easier to trace money flow. That would make life a lot harder for financial criminals. For the central bank, CBDCs would be a powerful tool for economic control. They could, for instance, inject money directly into citizens' hands during a crisis or fine-tune the economy's pace more precisely. But here's where things get serious and where people start freaking out. The downsides of CBDCs are what make many people raise red flags and yes, fear the idea of money expiring. If the central bank has full control over digital money, it could know every cent you spend. Every purchase, every donation, every transaction. That might be a dream for security, but a nightmare for individual privacy. It's like the government installing a financial surveillance camera in your life 24/7. And if they can see everything, they could also control everything. What if the government decides you can't buy a certain product? Or donate to a particular organization? Or, even more extreme, that your money can only be spent in specific places or expires after a certain time? That's where the idea of programmable money, or money with an expiration date comes in. A CBDC could, in theory, be programmed with rules. Like, this money must be spent on healthcare and expires in 6 months. Or, this social benefit can only be used to buy food. For critics, this represents a huge leap toward unprecedented levels of government control. Cyber attack risk, hackers, code on screens, alarms going off, a fully digital, centralized financial infrastructure becomes a giant target for cyber attacks. What would happen if such a system got shut down or hacked? Chaos, right? Banking disintermediation, shrinking commercial banks in the background while the central bank grows in influence. If people can hold accounts directly with the central bank, the role of commercial banks could shrink drastically. That could massively disrupt the financial system as we know it, affecting loans, investments, and even jobs. Which one to choose? Understanding your investor profile, this issue of CBDCs and expiring money is complex, right? And we haven't even talked about how it fits into your investments. The truth is, CBDC itself isn't an investment. It's a new form of money. But how it's implemented can impact your investment profile and financial decisions. Think about it. If digital money comes with an expiration date or usage restrictions, that completely changes how we save and invest for the long term. But before you panic, let's look at investor profiles, because your mindset will help you navigate any future changes in the financial world. Characteristics: physical money, bills and cons, vertical bar current digital money, commercial banks, vertical bar CBDC, central bank digital currency, issuer, central bank vertical bar commercial banks, balances, vertical bar central bank traceability, low vertical bar medium, banks see it, vertical bar very high, central bank sees all, privacy, high vertical bar medium vertical bar low, potentially, default risk, very low vertical bar low, protected by deposit insurance, vertical bar almost none, direct from central bank, programmability expiration potential, doesn't exist vertical bar doesn't exist vertical bar. Yes, potentially, accessibility, requires physical access vertical bar requires bank account vertical bar requires phone device. See that line about expiration programmability potential? That's the key point and the big red flag for financial freedom. Which investor profile are you? Now, when we say which to choose regarding your investments, remember, CBDC is a tool, not an investment. But how it's introduced can definitely change the game. That's why knowing your investor profile is essential to adapt to future scenarios. If you are conservative, your top priority is preserving capital. You hate risk and prefer safety, even if returns are smaller. Government bonds and big bank term deposits are your go-to. In a CBDC world, you'd focus on safety and making sure your money doesn't come with expiration rules. If you are moderate, you seek a balance between safety and profitability. You accept some risk for better returns, but you want peace of mind. Diversification is your keyword. Mixed funds, blue-chip stocks, and real estate funds could be part of your portfolio. With CBDCs, you'd be open to new tech, but always watching for signs of loss of control. If you are aggressive, you are willing to take big risks for high returns. Volatility doesn't scare you. Your focus is long-term. Growth stocks, crypto, and high-risk funds are your playground. For you, CBDCs might be another innovation to explore, but you'd still want full freedom over how and where to move your money. No matter your profile, the biggest lesson is this: diversification and knowledge are your best allies. A lot of information, right? But staying informed is crucial. CBDC is a new innovation that could bring huge benefits in efficiency and inclusion. But as we saw, it also raises serious concerns about privacy, control, and that dreaded idea of money expiring or having programmed usage. In the end, CBDC implementation is a one-way road for many countries. Our role as citizens and investors is to stay alert, informed, and part of the conversation. Understanding how your money works is the first step to taking control of your financial future. On-screen phrases: knowledge is power, your money, your rules, invest with awareness. Remember, the future of finance is constantly evolving. Staying well-informed and knowing where you stand in this universe is what gives you the confidence to make the right decisions. Did you enjoy this video? Got a better understanding of CBDCs and why we need to watch them closely? Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss content that keeps you one step ahead. Smash that like button and share this video with your friends and family who need to hear this. See you in the next video. Take care and invest wisely.